Now it's okay. Now my screen is now sharing. Right. Dear students, today is the day we are going to start a fresh lesson. This is the very first lesson that we are going to discuss with you. Right. Today onwards, we are going to discuss lesson by lesson, little by little, and I don't think that you are in master in economics. So I just assume you don't have even a little bit of knowledge in economics, right? Is that good? මම හිතනවා ඔයාලට ඉකෝන් ගැන මෙලව හසරක දැනුමක් නැහැ කියලා. කියලා හිතලා වැඩේ පටන් ගන්නද? නැත්නම් shall I assume you have adequate knowledge? Which one is the good? Right. ඒක හොඳයි නේ? ඒක හොඳයි. Right. Then you will realize, yes, again. Please start from the beginning. Yes. Yes. That's why I am going to do now. Basic econ. What? Basic econ young, sir. If you can explain in Sinhala as well, yes, definitely I'll do that. I'm going to explain in Sinhala as well as in English. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. Today, I am going to begin. Sir, we have CAT exams. Okay. Okay. Now, let's stop messaging. Sir, do you mind if I ask, is this a managerial economics session level 5? Sir, do you mind? Yes. Is this a managerial economics session? Yes, yes. Why? Right. Okay. Now, please stop your again. Right. Okay. Now, please stop your messaging and all that. Now we are going to start the lesson, right? Don't think about what the managerial economics is. හිතන්න එපා managerial economics කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා. Don't think about what the managerial economics is, right? We will be started demand and supply, concept of elasticity, product and yes. We will be tested demand and supply, concept elasticity. Yes, I know, Puta. But I can't do all these lessons at once at the same time. So little by little. So I know most of the students here, they don't have much enough knowledge regarding demand and supply. I don't know. They don't have even a little bit of knowledge in this regard. So let me please to take you to the destination little by little. Otherwise, all you will be collapsed. Right? Okay. ඒකින්ද පුතේ මට ඉඩ දෙන්න ටිකෙන් ටික ඔයාලා එතෙන්ට අරයි යන්න. Definitely I will arrange serious lecture series for you, right, repeatedly. So don't worry about that. Today is the starting date. last couple of days I had a small problems, so that's why I couldn't be able to start the lesson on time. So don't worry, I will do everything on time. Before the day, I will do everything, right? Okay. Now, what is the topic today we are going to discuss is demand. Okay. Don't worry about the grammar and all that. Don't worry about the technical terms. Everything I am going to discuss with you in Sinhala. Mama හැම දෙයක්ම සිංහලෙන් discuss කරනවා. බය වෙන්න එපා ඒ නිසා, right? Hi. After studying this lesson comprehensively, මේක සම්පූර්ණයෙන් අධ්‍යයනය කරාට පස්සේ you will be able to define and describe what the concept of demand is. That means demand කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක define and describe කරන්න ඔයාලට පුළුවන් වෙයිලු. Explain the difference between actual amount of purchase and the demand. Right? Explain the difference between theory of demand and the law of demand. Identify the demand, determinants of demand, the factors of demand. Explain what the effective demand is. Identify types of demand. මේක නිකන් just to read. නිකන් කියවගෙන යන්න විතරයි මම මේ දීලා තියෙන්නේ. මේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නේ මම අද demand කියන එක ඔයාලට ලස්සනට කියලා දෙනවා පොඩ්ඩක් අහගන්න. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාලා කියන්න after that please give me a feedback whether you have sound knowledge regarding demand. Explain changes in demand. Explain the difference between the market demand and individual demand. Describe the exceptions to the law of demand. Alternative ways of presenting the law of demand. Explain how to derive the demand function, in which ways the firms practically could use demand theory to make business decision. So some mistakes, there are 2-3 mistakes here. When I am reading it again, it will be able to correct it, right? Hi. Then අපි බලමු පුතේ මොකක්ද demand කියන්නේ කියලා. Right? First I am going to explain in English. Thereafter I am going to repeat it in English as well. Right? Okay. What the demand is? Sometimes you may think, when I am going to food city and then I am going to purchase some items, maybe vegetables, maybe rice, maybe something. There are so many products and goods, you know. Some people may think purchase is demand. That means this is something like synonym. Purchase and demand is something like synonym. The first thing, my dear student, it is wrong. The amount purchase and quantity demand is two different concepts. මොකද්ද පුතේ කියන්නේ? Purchase කියන එකයි purchasing කියන එකයි මිලදී ගන්න ප්‍රමාණය කියන එකයි quantity purchase and quantity demand. හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න පුතේ මේ දෙක අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම වෙනස් සංකල්ප දෙකක්. ඔයා ගිහිල්ලා හාල් කිලෝ 10ක් ගන්නවා. That is not demand. That is coming under what? Purchasing. ඔයා ගිහලා පාන් රාත්තල් දෙකක් ගන්නවා. That is not demand. That is coming under purchasing. Amount purchased, not quantity demand. Okay. So don't get mixed up with purchases and demand. Right? First thing you have to keep it in your mind. Purchase and demand is two different concepts. Quantity purchase and quantity demand is two different concepts. එහෙනම් පළවෙනියටම ඒක හරි. ඕකේ නේද එහෙනම්? එහෙනම් demand කියන එකයි purchasing කියන එකයි දෙක. The second one is when we are talking about demand, we are always describe demand for a certain period, specific period. It may be a week, maybe a day, maybe a month, like that. Not for a specific time. අපි ඉල්ලුම කියන එක අර්ථකථනය කරන්නේ හරි විස්තර කරන්නේ හරි මගේ දරුවනේ මොකක්ද අනුව for a specific time period. Certain time period. නැතුව විශේෂ අවස්ථාවකට for a special situation on a special occasion. No. Demand is described for a certain period. එහෙනම් demand කියලා පටන් ගන්නකොට කියන්න ඕනේ මොකක්ද? යම් නිශ්චිත කාල පරිච්ඡේදයක් සඳහා. For a certain period, demand is you have to describe or define for a certain period. විශේෂිත නැත්නම් සුවිශේෂී කාල පරිච්ඡේදයක් සඳහා. It may be a week, maybe a day, maybe a year, like that. Okay, you got the point. I explained just 2 points. Then the final one is demand is, we are talking about demand is at different prices determined in a market. We are going to describe, or we are going to explain, or we are going to define demand against at different prices. Not for a specific single price. We are not going to describe demand at a price rupees 5, at a price rupees 6. No, we are going to describe demand at a certain at a different prices determined in a market. වෙළඳපොලේ තීරණය වී ඇති the price determined, different prices determined in a market. වෙළඳපොලක තීරණය වී ඇති විවිධ මිල ගණන් යටතේ තමයි පුතේ අපි මොකද්ද කතා කරන්නේ? demand කියන එක කතා කරන්නේ. demand කියන එක කතා කරන්නේ. දැන් තේරුණාද පුතාලට කාරණාවන් තුනක් කිව්වා. මොකද්ද කාරණා තුන? Demand is not quantity purchase. ඒ කියන්නේ මිලදීගත් ප්‍රමාණය නෙවෙයි demand කියන්නේ. එහෙනම් මොකද්ද මිලදීගත් ප්‍රමාණය නෙවෙයි නම් demand කියන්නේ? මොකද්ද demand කියන්නේ? People ඒක කියන්නේ පුද්ගලයෝ they are willing to buy the amount they are willing to buy the quantity they are willing to buy ඒක තමයි demand කියලා කියන්නේ. Not they are actually purchased. එයාලා ඇත්තටම මිලදී ගන්න ප්‍රමාණය නෙවෙයි demand කියන්නේ. The quantity they are willing to buy. එයාලා මිලදී ගැනීමට සූදානම් ප්‍රමාණය තමයි මොකක් කියන්නේද? demand කියලා කියන්නේ. එහෙනම් මම පුතාලා කියන්න බලන්න දැන් ලස්සන නිර්වචනයක්. මෙහෙම කියමු. කොහොමද සිංහලෙන් කියමු ලස්සනට කොහොමද? නිශ්චිත කාල පරිච්ඡේදයක් සඳහා. ඔන්න කිව්වා. නිශ්චිත කාල පරිච්ඡේදයක් සඳහා. නිශ්චිත කාල පරිච්ඡේදයක් සඳහා. ඔන්න සිංහලෙමුත් කියනවා ඉංග්‍රීසියෙමුත් කියනවා. For a certain period of time. නිශ්චිත කාල පරිච්ඡේදයක් සඳහා. වෙළඳපොලේ තීරණය වී ඇති වෙළඳ විවිධ මිල ගණන් යටතේ. වෙළඳපොලේ තීරණය වී ඇති විවිධ මිල ගණන් යටතේ. ඔයාලා when I am lecturing, when I am teaching, if you have some important and significant thing and theory parts, you can write those down. You can write it down, right? It is not harmful, right? If you think these areas are very important, you can write it down. වෙළඳපොලේ තීරණය වී ඇති විවිධ මිල ගණන් යටතේ. විවිධ මිල ගණන් යටතේ. Under at different prices determined in the market. මම මේ විදිහටම අනිත් පැත්තට කියනවා. වෙළඳපොලේ තීරණය වී ඇති විවිධ මිල ගණන් යටතේ. පාරිභෝගිකයන් විසින් මිලදී ගැනීමට සූදානම් ප්‍රමාණය ඔන්න ඔකට කියනවා ඉල්ලුම කියලා. එහෙනම් ඉල්ලුම කියන්නේ මොකද්ද මයි පුතාලා? නිශ්චිත කාල පරිච්ඡේදයක් සඳහා වෙළඳපොලේ තීරණය වී ඇති විවිධ මිල ගණන් යටතේ පාරිභෝගිකයන් විසින් මිලදී ගැනීමට සූදානම් ප්‍රමාණය අපි කියනවා මොකක් කියලා? ඉල්ලුම කියලා කියනවා. දැන් බලන්න පුතාලා. The following facts. Yes. The following facts are important in case of demand. ඉල්ලුම සම්බන්ධයෙන් in case ඉල්ලුම සම්බන්ධයෙන් පහත කරුණු වැදගත් වේ. The facts are important. Demand is discussed with regard to a certain period of time. Demand is discussed with regard to a certain period of time, not a specific time. When we are talking about demand, we are going to describe demand for a certain period, not for a specific time. Demand is discussed at different prices, not just a price. We can't say demand is discussed at a price. We can't say like that. Demand is discussed at different prices. Determined. තීරණය වූ that determined in the market. In the market කිව්වොත් වෙළඳපළක. In the market කිව්වොත් වෙළඳපළේ. Demand is discussed. at a different price that determined මෙතන EED එකක් එනවනේ that determined in the market. වෙළඳපොළක තීරණය වී ඇති විවිධ මිල ගණන් යට. The demand is not a quantity that a consumer actually buy. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔහු විසින් සත්‍ය වශයෙන් මිලදී ගන්න ප්‍රමාණය නෙවෙයි. Demand is not a quantity that a consumer actually buys. It is a quantity that the consumer is ready to buy or willing to buy or expecting to buy, like that. That means demand is not actually purchased. The demand is what the consumer ready to buy. Quantity ready to buy. Okay, got the point. Now let me to define demand as follows. Therefore, demand can be defined in simple way as follows. Means in simple way, not in complex way. We are not going to define demand in complex way. This is the very simple, basic, right? Every people can understand, every people can think about this, and it is very easy way to understand what the demand is, right? Okay, see. Demand is the quantity, okay? Demand is the quantity that a consumer is willing to buy. This is something with some mistake here. Demand is the quantity that a consumer is willing to buy. Which buy? Not this buy. BUY, buy. Okay. Demand is the quantity that the consumer is willing to buy over a period of time. This is නිශ්චිත කාල පරිච්ඡේදයක් සඳහා. Demand is the quantity that a consumer, පාරිභෝගිකයෙක්, that a consumer is willing to buy or ready to buy over a period of time at different price determined in the market. Demand and quantity of actually buy, no actually purchased. See, demand and the quantity of actually purchased are two different concepts. The quantity of actually purchased is determined according to the demand of products. මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? Demand and quantity purchase, actually purchase කියන එක two different concepts. The quantity of actually purchase, ඇත්තටම මිලදී ගන්න ප්‍රමාණය determine කරනවලු, තීරණය වෙනවලු according to the demand. ඒ කියලා කියන්නේ භාණ්ඩයකට තියෙන ඉල්ලුම කියන එක මතලු actual purchase කියන එක තීරණය වෙන්නේ. For a business, understanding demand is vital. ඒ කියලා කියන්නේ ව්‍යාපාර හඳුනාගෙන තියනවලු demand is vital when what making decision about inventory, pricing, and aiming a certain profit from a particular product. ඒ කියලා කියන්නේ භාණ්ඩ මිල කිරීමේදී, තොග පවත්වාගෙන යාමේදී, right? යම් කිසි භාණ්ඩයකින් මිලක් අපේක්ෂා කරනකොට, අන්න මෙන්න යම් කිසි භාණ්ඩයකින් යම් කිසි නිශ්චිත ලාභයක් අපේක්ෂා කරනකොට වාගේ තීරණ ගන්නකොට මේ demand කියලා කියන එක ඉතාමත්ම වැදගත් වෙනවා කියලායි කියන්නේ. We will discuss this demand, and now the demand is over. Now demand is okay. Now you can thorough with you are thorough with the demand because I have already explained what the demand is. But after some times we can gradually discuss what the demand uh, practical usage, the practical usage of demand. So, later on we will discuss little by little. Otherwise, at once we can't discuss everything at once. Hmm? The definition, description, and practical usage and everything we are unable to discuss at once. So first of all, you have to define. You should know how to define what the demand is, right? Okay, the demand is the quantity that consumer is willing to buy over a period of time at a different price determined in the market, right? There are two different concepts. What are they? Quantity purchase and quantity demand. There are two basic concepts. The amount purchased or quantity purchase is depend on the demand. The demand is high, purchase is high. Demand is low, purchase is low. That is the equation between demand and actual purchase. Right? Up to now, see, can you give me a feedback? You got the point very clearly. Is there any problem or question or whatever it is, please ask. Please do not hesitate to ask any question in this regard. But be patient before questioning. First, you have to get the clear cut idea, right? මොකද කිය? තේරුණාද වැඩි? හොඳට තේරුණාද? හරියට තේරෙන්න ඕන පුතේ. නිකන් වැල් බයිලා බෑ. Okay. Clear, sir. We understand very well. That is my pleasure. Okay. Thanks. Easy to follow. Okay. Good symptoms, huh? Right. That is a healthy word. Okay. Then here easy to follow. ඔන්නෝක තමයි the way we discuss is the more convenient way to understand, right? ඒකින්ද ඔයාලට ටික ටික මේක අල්ල ගන්න පුළුවන්. බය වෙන්න එපා. හැබැයි මට මේක දෝම් ගාලා ඔළුව වලට ඔබන්න නම් බෑ. ඒක කරන්න බෑ. අපි මේක ටික ටික තේරුම් ගන්න. හරිද? බය වෙන්න එපා කවුරු. ඊට පස්සේ අපි යම් effective demand. What the effective demand is. Okay. Give me just 2-3 seconds. I'll come back soon. Okay, let's continue. Effective demand. මොකද්ද කියන්නේ පුතේ සිංහලෙන්? සඵල ඉල්ලුම්. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි කියනවාකට සඵලදායි ඉල්ලුම්. Before doing this, I am very sorry. Today, today I plan in the very morning. I plan to deliver this what do you call tute to you all. Little advanced, but it was very unfortunate situation. I gave this tube for a typesetting. That shop, they don't have email facility. Can you believe this? In Borlaskamu area, one shop, they don't have email facility. Nowadays we are in 2023, but those people don't have email facility. So I was very helpless. Then at that time I was there. I was at that time I was office. Then every people struggle, right? Everything collapsed. So I couldn't be able to mail you on time this booklet. So very sorry for that. But the things are okay now. The first 2-3 tubes are now all these things prepared, right? But the second tubes I have to get it done, computer typesetting. So once these things finish, our basic things are over. Then we can arrange our classes regularly. So after this lesson, after this 2-hour session, I am very sure, I am promise you to arrange another session immediately. It may be tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It's okay. After that, we can regularly, repeatedly, we can arrange your class. Don't worry. Right. Effective demand. Sapala illuma. Sapaladai illuma. Sapaladai illuma. සඵලදායි ඉල්ලුම කියන්නේ මගේ පුතාලා මෙච්චරයි. ඉල්ලුමක් වන ඉල්ලුම. What do you mean by ඉල්ලුමක් වන ඉල්ලුම? What is that? Real demand. Real demand. That is the thing. The demand is demand, not something else. It is the actual demand. What criteria are met to become something actual demand? Right? Okay. Something is there. Manohar දෙයක් තියෙනවා මෙතන. Please try to understand what I am trying to tell you. Something is here. There are 3 criteria should be met. Criteria 3ක් වෙන්න ඕන, ඉටු වෙන්නට ඕන. After that, this something become what? Effective demand. අපි something මොකක් හරි, whatever it is, don't worry about. Maybe X. Just we put X, something. Then when these criteria are fulfilled, that X become what? Effective demand. එහෙනම් ඕනම එකක් effective demand එකක් බවට පත් වෙන්න නම් how many criteria are there? 3 criteria. What are they? You can write those down. You can write those down. What are the main criteria? Right? පළවෙනි එක තමයි පුතේ, there should be a want. There should be a want. There should be a want. උවමනාවක් තිබිය යුතුයි. There should be a want. අනිවාර්යෙන්ම අවශ්‍යතාවයක් තියෙන්නට ඕන. You can write it down දරුවනේ. පළවෙනි එක තමයි, if you don't have a requirement, effective demand would not be there. If you don't have want, effective demand would not be there. That's the thing. You can't mix it up. First thing is what? There should be a want. There should be a, or else we can say requirement. We can say requirement. There should be a requirement, or there should be a want. Some people say there should be a need. Okay, but needs and wants are two different concepts. But in here, we are considering wants, not needs, right? Okay, you should have a need. You should have a need. Because why? Then only effective demand can be seen. Okay, right. first thing එක මොකද්ද? want තියෙනවා. උවමනාවක් තියෙනවා. ඊළඟ මොකද්ද? දෙවෙනි එක, just assume all you have a need. All you have a separate need. What? Yes. Then second one is what? Right? You should have what? Desire. ඉගෙන ඔයාලා අනිවාර්යෙන්ම උවමනාවක් තිබ්බ ගමම්ම ඩිමාන්ඩ් එකක් ඇති වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? You should have what? You should have what? You should have money. Pay for it. You should have money. You should have enough money. That means what? You should have ability to pay. Ability to pay. The second one is what? The first thing is every people should have a what? Want. And the second one is all you have enough money. That means what? All you have an ability to pay. එහෙනම් ඔයාලට දෙකට මොකද්ද තියෙන්න ඕනේ? මිල මොකද්ද? භාණ්ඩය මිලදී ගැනීමේ හැකියාවක් තියෙන්න ඕන. All you have what? Ability to pay. Ability to pay. Now just assume first thing is okay, fulfill. Just assume the second one also okay, fulfill. Then what? The final and last what? දැන් ඔයාලට හොද්දට සල්ලි තියෙනවා. අවශ්‍යතාවයක් තියෙනවා. Right? අවශ්‍යතාවය තියෙනවා. Second one is සල්ලිත් තියෙනවා. තුන්වෙනි එක ඔයාලට අඳින්න පුබ්බක මසුරු සිතාන වැහෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? You are not ready to pay. Then all you have to have readiness to pay. What? ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාලට ගෙවීමට සූදානමක් තියෙන්න ඕන. Willing to pay. All you have willingness to pay. ඔයාලා ගෙවන්න සූදානමක් නැත්තම් ඔයාලට උවමනාව තිබ්බට ඔයාලට සල්ලි තිබ්බට effective demand would not be there. ඒ කියන්නේ අනිවාර්යෙන්ම effective demand එක නොපවතිනු ඇත, would not be there. Because why? The one criteria doesn't fulfill. One criteria එක fulfill වෙන්නේ නැහැ. That is enough. More than enough. For what? Effective demand would not be there. එනම් පුතේ සඵලදායි ඉල්ලුමක් ඇතිවීම පිණිස කරුණු තුනක් තියෙන්න ඕන. මොනවද කරුණු තුන? Want, ability and readiness. Ready to pay, ability to pay, and that means, as you said earlier, desire also. Desire. කැමැත්තක් තියෙන්න ඕන. That means what? Actually want. Real want. All you should have real want, and all you should have money. That means ability. The final one is all you should have readiness. They're ready to pay. Then all these criteria are met. Then only become that demand what? Effective demand. Got the point? Right? හරිද? මම හැම එකකින් එකට අහන්නේ නැහැ. Right? After some times I can guess whether you have got the point or not. Then I can continue. Still I am not sure my audience, so that's why I am always asking. Right? Okay. Now we are moving to another very important topic. What? Types of demand. Types of demand. Now, in this subject, the types of demand are very limited. But in case of marketing, there are so many types of demand. There are so many types of demand. But in case of economics, there are 2-3 numbers, right? But now we are going to discuss about types of demand, right? My dear student, shall we start this lesson? Shall we start these types of demand this way? First thing is demands divided into two, namely direct demand, direct demand, direct demand. The second one is, you can assume that indirect demand, indirect demand. First one is direct demand and second one is indirect demand. Then you should know what are the difference between indirect demand and direct demand. Who made this direct demand? First thing is, you should know who makes, right? Who involved in direct demand regard? Who involved? Consumer. Consumer. Consumers are involved regarding direct demand. Because why? For their satisfaction, for their satisfaction. තෘප්තිය වෙනුවෙන් පාරිභෝගිකයෝ තමයි direct demand එක බිහි කරන්නේ. Who creates this demand is consumers are created this direct demand. Consumers are created. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? පාරිභෝගිකයෝ තමයි මේක ක්‍රියේට් කරන්නේ, නිර්මාණය කරනු ලබන්නේ. Consumers would be created. Consumers ලා තමයි මේක ක්‍රියාත්මක කරවනු ඇත්තේ. කවුද? මොකද්ද? direct demand. But in case of indirect demand, who create? Producer. Producers are creators, right? Basically, you can list it down, list it down, then you can understand. In future, you all well aware on these basic concepts. The second one is, the consumers are creators, this direct demand, they are making their demands on what? Satisfaction. 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 Indirect demand is what? For what? Productivity. 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 Indirect demand is on what? Productivity. මේක තනිකරම ඵලදායිතාවය වෙනුවෙන් තමයි indirect demand එකක් එන්නේ. direct demand එකක් එන්නේ මොකටද? තෘප්තිය වෙනුවෙන්. Third one is direct demand කියලා කියන එක ඇති වෙන්නේ goods and services market. Goods and services market. භාණ්ඩ හා සේවා වෙළඳපොලේ, but indirect market is involved in which market? Industrial market. නැත්තම් අපි කියනවා market in production factors. ඒක කියන්නේ නිෂ්පාදන සාධක වෙළඳපොළ තමයි indirect market එකක් තියෙන්නේ. Industrial market. එහෙනම් ඔබට තේරෙනවා ඇති direct demand and indirect demand කියලා කියන දෙක අතර වෙනස. What are they? Indirect demand is created by whom? Consumer. Direct demand. Indirect demand is created by whom? Producers. Direct demand is on what? Satisfaction. Indirect demand is on what? Productivity. Direct demand we can see in which market? Goods and services market. But in case of indirect market, we can see in which market? Industrial market. Okay. Right? Then this direct demand, ඍජු ඉල්ලුම. හරිද? ඍජු ඉල්ලුම. නැවත අපි බෙදනවා පුතේ කොටස් දෙකකට. Direct demand, we are going to divide into two categories. What? First thing is what? Individual demand. ඒ කියන්නේ consumer demand and market demand. Direct demand, again we are going to divide it into two. What? Individual demand and market demand. පාරිභෝගික ඉල්ලුම හා වෙළඳපළ ඉල්ලුම. Right? Now you can see this chapter I have tried to explain by using this small diagram. Just see. Demand, direct demand and indirect demand. Direct demand, again we can divide into two. Individual or else consumer demand and market demand. Direct demand is what? The direct demand is the demand made by consumers. The balance part you can remove. When you get the tune, you can easily cut it off. Please try to cut the latter part of the sentences. Right? This part is well enough. Direct demand is the demand made by consumers. That's enough. The other part is unnecessary. I don't know why they have printed, but the second one is indirect demand is the demand made by producers for the production goods or services. That is okay. That part is okay. Indirect demand is the demand made by whom? Producers. For what? The purpose is given. What? The production goods or a service. Good or services. Right? Then direct demand also we can say the made by consumer for what? For final consumption. Then direct demand is the demand made by consumers for the purpose of for the purpose of final consumption. For the purpose of final consumption. Then those are types of demand. Then you can put in your mind what are the categories, what are the types of demand. First thing is what? Direct demand. Who creates this direct demand? By whom? Consumers. For what? Satisfaction. In which market? Goods and services market. Indirect demand is created by whom? Producers. On what basis? Productivity. And the final one is in which market we can see this indirect demand. Industrial market. Sadhaka seva වෙළඳපොළ. Right? ඊට පස්සේ මේ direct demand එක දෙකකට බෙදෙනවා. පාරිභෝගික ඉල්ලුම සහ වෙළඳපොළ ඉල්ලුම. පාරිභෝගික ඉල්ලුම කියලා කියන්නේ වෙන විදිහකින් කියනවා නම් demand of a single consumer, නැත්නම් single customer. Right? Market demand කියලා කියන්නේ demand of all consumer in the market. Right? Individual demand කියලා කියන්නේ single consumer කෙනෙක් විසින් කරන ඉල්ලුම. Individual demand, right? We can divide the direct demand into two categories. Individual demands, demand of a single consumer or single consumers being in the market. Demand of all consumers in the market. To calculate market demand, what we are going to do? To calculate market demand, what we are going to do is we have to add all individual demand. In which way? Horizontally. Right? We have to add all individual demand separately. Now we have to list it down, all the individual demands, and we have to add those figures horizontally. Then it will become what? Market demand. ඒ කියන්නේ එක එකනාගේ ඉල්ලුම වෙන වෙනම අපි 37ට එකතු කිරීමෙන් adding those figures horizontally, then the answer would be what? Market demand. Okay. The answer would be what? Market demand. You got the point, Puta? Okay. Now we are in the middle of the lesson. Now we are in the middle of the lesson. But we are not in the starting point. But we are not in the ending point. But we are now in the middle of the session. Middle of the lesson. Okay. Middle of the lesson as well as middle of the session. Session and lesson. Okay. Now I already discussed with you, there are 3 major topics. What are they? First thing is the definition. And what are the criteria to fulfill something become effective demand. First thing is the definition of demand. The second one is effective demand. The third one is what types of demand. All these three things are okay. Or need to any further clarification? Please raise your hands. There may be some people still they are believing they need more clarification. Please raise your hands. That's why I told you earlier at the very beginning of the starting point of this lesson. No need to you, whether it is work or not your microphone, because I try to explain to keep any question, right? So I don't like to keep any question to ask, because I know what are the questions the student going to ask, right? In which area I am going to clarify more and more again and again, right? I think all these three areas already you have captured. Okay, right. එහෙනම් දැන් හරි. එහෙනම් මම කරුණු තුනක් කතා කළා. මොනවද කරුණු තුන? ඩිමාන්ඩ් කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? ඉෆෙක්ටිව් ඩිමාන්ඩ් එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? තුන්වෙනි එක කතා කළා. මොකක්ද? ඉල්ලුම් වර්ග. හරි නේද? Right. This fourth one. Determinants of demand on consumer goods, not on industrial goods, right? When you come next day, I will arrange immediately that day, right? The next session I will be able to arrange very immediately. Then I get the consent from your some answer, then only I can arrange next session. Even maybe tomorrow can arrange because of you, because now now I personally feel we are in short 1-2 topics. So anyhow we have to accelerate the way we study. Okay, but unnecessary speed, unnecessary burden is not good, but we try to do the maximum thing. The determination of demand on consumer goods. Here also we are going to discuss on what? Consumer goods, not on industrial goods. Determinants, tiraka, factors of demand, the other way. Factors of demand, illuma tirane karana sadaka. Determinants කියලා කියන්නේ illum tiraka. In Sinhala also අපි කියනවා දෙවිදිහකට ඉල්ලුම තීරණය කරන සාධක. මොනවද එතකොට? factors of demand on consumer goods. එහෙම නැත්නම් කියනවා ඉල්ලුම් තීරක. Determinants of demand. Okay, let's see. The most important determinants are as follows on individual demand regard. ඒ කියන්නේ පාරිභෝගික ඉල්ලුම සම්බන්ධයෙන් ඉතාමත්ම වැදගත් වන ඉල්ලුම් තීරක කීපයක් පහත වෙනවා. මොනවද? Price of the commodity. ඒ කියන්නේ the price of the product. Now we are going to purchase a specific product. When we are going to make demand, the own price of that product, the own price, the own price of that particular product is a very important and significant determinant in that product's demand is considered. එම භාණ්ඩයේ ඉල්ලුම සම්බන්ධයෙන් සලකා බලනකොට එම භාණ්ඩයේ මිල ඉතාමත්ම වැදගත් වෙන සාධකයක්. The price of the commodity is the very important and very, very significant determinants of demands of that particular product. Enam, please try to understand how important is there the price, the own price of the commodity. එම භාණ්ඩයේ මිල කොතරම් වැදගත්ද? Then the next one is prices of related goods. Now see, related goods. What do you mean by related goods? Whatever it is, right? Don't think this is substitution goods or something else. This is related goods. Yes, sir. We will have CAD exam on 11th of Feb. So that before, can you please cover these areas: demand and supply analysis, concept of elasticity, production and cost theory? Yes, Puta. If you want by this week, right? If you want by this week itself, I can cover it well. But it is impractical. But by 11th of that the day mentioned, you definitely, because if I don't do that, you hate me, no? Because I gave so many promises now. Yes, I am going to do this one and that thing. Don't worry about this thing. Then so many things I told. Yes, this is promises. These are promises, can do. But I need your support and assistance regularly. Attendance and all that. It is, those are requirements, right? By the way, don't worry about, let's see, we can do. Now, today I am going to discuss demand, the next day supply, right? Once I finish demand, then supply is only for an hour. Then elasticity. After that, costing. Those are the main areas. And after that, in addition to that, I am going to discuss with you the application part. This is not for the exam, for the managerial purpose, right? Prices of related goods. Related goods. Prices of related goods. You know that related good means what? The vehicle is in related with what? Fuel. Or fuel, like that. And Vehicle in related with what? Tire and tubes, you know, like that. Now, even Zoom classes in related with what? Electricity and all that. Prices of related goods. The demands depend on these prices of related goods. The not only prices of the own prices. Now see, demand for X. Demand for X. Please try to understand, Putala. Demand for X is directly involved with price of X. Price of X. Now, demand for X is directly involved with price of X. X means what? The same product. Own price. Own price of a product is directly involved with its demand. Own price of a service directly involved with its demand. As well as the prices of related goods. The prices of related goods other than products. Now see, products called A and B are related goods. Those are not related goods. These are not related goods. What? Books and guns. Books and artillery. ඊට පස්සේ සහල් මිල සහ හිස් වැසුම් මිල. Hats and caps. The price of rice and price of cats and hats, those are related? No. The price of related goods are involved with demand of particular product. ඒ කියන්නේ යම් කිසි භාණ්ඩයක ඉල්ලුම කෙරෙහි එම භාණ්ඩය හා සම්බන්ධ අනෙකුත් භාණ්ඩවල මිල තීරණය කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ පෙට්‍රල් වල මිල ඩිටර්මයින් කරනවා. පෙට්‍රල් වල මිල ඩිටර්මිනන්ට් එකක් මොකටද? වාහන ඉල්ලුමට. වාහනවල මිල කියන එකක් වාහන ඉල්ලුමට බලපානවා. හැබැයි පෙට්‍රල් වල මිලත් වාහනවල ඉල්ලුමට බලපානවා. Because why? The prices of related goods. Okay. The second one is consumers' income. පාරිභෝගික ආදායම් is directly, as you know very well, nowadays, as I am an executive government servant, so my monthly salary is now it will not received on time for me these months onwards, because as I am executive officer, because non-executive officers only they are going to receive their salary on time this month onwards. Because unfortunately now we are facing huge problem. The consumer's income will fall, then it will directly affect on what? Demand. The consumer's income is gradually going down. The demand is also gradually going down. When the consumer's income is going up, what will happen is the demand on goods is also going up. Income is going up, the demand will also going up. Income is going down, then what will happen is the demand also going down. Okay, right. Then consumers' taste and preference. Consumers' taste. What? පාරිභෝගිකයාගේ තියෙන රුචිය. පාරිභෝගිකයාගේ තියෙන රුචිය, කැමැත්ත, desire. Consumers' taste and preferences. කැමැත්ත. The consumer taste and preferences on particular goods is a very important determinant on that particular good. ඒ කියලා කියන්නේ ඒ අදාළ භාණ්ඩය සම්බන්ධයෙන් පාරිභෝගිකයාට තියෙන තෘප්තිය, පාරිභෝගිකයාට තියෙන කැමැත්ත අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම එම භාණ්ඩයේ ඉල්ලුම රඳා පවතින වැදගත් සාධකයක්. So dear student, you have to understand the own price of the commodity, the related goods price, consumers' income, consumers' taste and preferences. Those three are major determinants of demands on goods. Then, apart from that, ඊට අමතරව expectation on future prices of the commodity. ඒ කියන්නේ භාණ්ඩය සම්බන්ධයෙන් අනාගත මිල අපේක්ෂණය. Future price expectations on future price, and advertisements and sales promotion. When the people are advertised more and more, the willingness and desire will go up, right? The advertisement makes you what? The advertisement, the people who are producing those goods and services, and then they are going to advertise more and more, then you are planning to buy more and more based on that advertisement. We are acknowledge those advertisements. අපි දැනුවත් වෙනවා based on this advertisement. We are getting more information regarding those products. So the thing is, advertisements and sales promotion is very crucial on a consumer demand. In addition to these factors, the market demand for commodity or services also depends on market demand. The population and its distribution, consumers' expectation. In addition to these factors, the market demand for a commodity or service also depend on population and its distribution, consumers' expectation. ඉහත කී සාධකවලට අමතරව වෙළඳපොළ ඉල්ලුම රඳා පවතින තව සාධක දෙකක් ගැන කියමු. එහෙනම් ඔය එකේ ඉඳලා 6 වෙනකම් කිව්වේ මොන ඉල්ලුම ගැන කියලාද කිව්වේ? Individual demand, නැත්නම් consumer demand. In addition to that, the following two factors are the factors that determine what? Market demand. What are they? Population and its distribution, consumer expectation. Right. Okay. එහෙනම් දැන් ඔයාලට තේරෙනවා මොනවද ඉල්ලුම් තීරක කියලා. මොනවද සිංහලෙන් කියනවා මොනවද? සලකා බලන භාණ්ඩයේ මිල. The own price of the particular goods. ඊට පස්සේ පාරිභෝගික ආදාය. අන්භාණ්ඩවල මිල. පාරිභෝගික රුචිය. ඊට පස්සේ දැන්වීම් කරණය හා වෙළඳ ප්‍රචාරණය. අනාගත මිලාපේක්ෂණය. Those are very important and very crucial, very vital factors to determine what? To determine demand. Not only that, in case of market demand is concerned, market වෙළඳපොළ ඉල්ලුම සම්බන්ධ සලකා බලනකොට ජනගහනය සහ එහි ව්‍යාප්තිය, population and its distribution, and also consumers' expectations are very crucial, very significant, very vital regarding market demand, to determine market demand. Okay, right. Then අපි තේරුම් ගත්තා එහෙනම් lessons 4ක් කළා. Lessons, the same lesson, but we have already discussed 4 subtopics. 4 subtopics. What are they? First, we understood the definition. The second one is effective demand. Third one is classification or types of demand. And the final topic we finished the determinants of demand. Okay, right. This is the final topics that we are going to discuss today, because once we finish this lesson, this topics, the time may over. So let me to discuss the final topic for the day. Right. Relationship between the determinants of demands and demand of a product. What is that? Relationship between the determinants of demand. Determinants of demand කියන්නේ මොනවද? ඉල්ලුම් තීරක සහ භාණ්ඩයක ඉල්ලුම. භාණ්ඩයක ඉල්ලුම සහ ඉල්ලුම පිළිබඳ තීරක අතර සම්බන්ධතාවය. නැත්නම් භාණ්ඩයක ඉල්ලුම සහ ඉල්ලුම කෙරෙහි බලපානු ලබන සාධක අතර සම්බන්ධය. Right? Before all, I am going to give you a small exercise. Can you write it down, please? And when you come back next day, please write the answer for this question. Please write it down, the question, please. My question is what? List determinants of demand on private university in Sri Lanka. තේරුණාද? List පළයට ලියන්න. List determinants of demands on private university. Again in Sri Lanka පෞද්ගලික විශ්වවිද්‍යාල සඳහා වන ඉල්ලුම නැත්නම් demand for private university ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ පෞද්ගලික විශ්වවිද්‍යාල සඳහා වන ඉල්ලුම තීරණය කරනු ලබන සාධක ලැයිස්තුගත කරන්න. When you come back next day, please write it down, please. The list. When you come back next day, you have to have a list. ඔයාලගාව තියෙන්න ඕන list එක. Right? At the very beginning, I am going to ask one by one. It can't be, maybe. Right? We'll see whether will you be able to. This is the application part. Right? This is the application part. Somehow, you have to think. Relationship between the determinants of demands and the demands of a product. See, to identify that or this, whatever it is, to identify this, it is needed to select one determinant and need to get that determinants out from the list of determinants. පොඩි mistake එකක් තියෙනවා මන්ද පුතා. මොකක් පොඩි jumble වෙලා තියෙනවා. මම ඒක මෙයා වෙලා යන්න කියෙව්වා. To identify this, ඒ කියන්නේ මේ relationship එක identify කරගන්න, it is needed to select one determinant. මොකක්ද අපි කරන්න ඕනමයි පුතාලා? What we have to do is, there are so many determinants. ඒ කියන්නේ ගොඩාක් තියෙනවනේ පුතේ ඉල්ලුම් තීරක. මොනවද අපි කරන්න ඕනේ මේකෙන්? එක ඉල්ලුම් තීරකයක් we have to take out of the list. අපිට list එකෙන් එළියට ගන්නට ඕන. We have to take one determinant from the list. මේ list එකෙන් එළියට ගන්නට ඕන. නැතුව මේක කරන්න බෑ. තේරුණාද මයි පුතාලා? ඉල්ලුම සහ ඉල්ලුම කරේ බලපානු ලබන සාධක අතර සම්බන්ධය අඳුර ගන්නකොට මේ ඔක්කොමත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධය එකවර අඳුර ගන්න බෑ. අපි මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ? One determinants we have to take out from the list. List එකෙන් අපි එළියට ගන්නට ඕන. After that, මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ? It is needed to have an assumption. Make an and කියලා තියෙන වැරදි. An assumption that all the determinants are unchanged except that selected one. ඒ කියන්නේ අර අපි තෝරාගත්තු එක හැර අනෙකුත් සියලුම සාධක ස්ථාවර බවට අපි උපකල්පනය කරන්නට ඕන. ඇයි එහෙම කරන්නේ මයි පුතා? දැන් ඔයාලට මතකද 10 වසරේ 11 වසරේ කරපු විද්‍යාගාර පරීක්ෂණ මොනවද කළේ? මම එකක් මතක් කරනවා. නිර්ජලීය කොපර් සල්ෆේට් සුදු පාටයි. මොකද්ද නිර්ජලීය කියන්නේ? වතුර අයින් කරපුවා. ඒ කියන්නේ කොපර් සල්ෆේට් පල්මානික්කම් නිල් පාටයි වතුරත් එක්ක. අපි දෙකම රත් කරනවා. දෙකම රත් කරලා මොකද කරන්නේ? ඔක සුදු පාට කරනවා. එතකොට සුදු පාට මොකද්ද තියෙන්නේ? මේ පල්මානික්කම් තියෙනවා. අපි මොකද කරන්නේ? ඕක එළියට ගිහිල්ලා නිරාවරණය කරලා තියෙනවා පරිසරයට. එකක් අරලා තියෙනවා, එකක් වහලා තියෙනවා. එකක් අරලා තියෙනවා, එකක් වහලා තියෙනවා. ඇයි වහලා තියන්නේ? පාලනය කරන්න. මොනවද? සාධක පාලනය කරන්න වහලා තියෙනවා. එකක් අරලා තියෙනවා. ඇයි අවශ්‍ය සාධක ටික ඇතුළට එන්න. දැන් මොකද වෙන්නේ? අවසානයේදී ටික වෙලාවකින් අපි කියනවා අර නිර්ජලීය කොපර් සල්ෆේට් ටික වෙලාවකින් නිල් පාට වෙනවා. වහලා තියෙන එක එහෙම්මම තියෙනවා. අපි කියනවා පරිසරයේ ජල වාෂ්ප තියෙනවායි කියලා. මොකද ජලය එකතු වෙනද තමයි නිල් පාට වෙන්නේ. අය වෙන කතාවක් නෑ. පරිසරයේ ජල වාෂ්ප ඇත. ඔන්න නිගමනය. දැන් පුළුවන් ද පුතා අපිට වහලා තියන්න අරලා තියන්න? Right? Whether we can close or open these factors, consumers income, consumers taste, related goods, the prices of related goods, can we open or can we close like that we can do? We can't. Because the thing is, this is what? This is, the subject is, the economics is social science. මේක මොකද්ද? සමාජීය විද්‍යාව. So we are unable to cover these factors. We are unable to cover these factors. So we have to do is what we have to do, make some assumption. අපිට කරන්න තියෙන්නේ assumption එකක් කරන්න තමයි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් අපිට assumption කරන්න පුළුවන් තෝරාගත්ත සාධකයේ වෙනස් වෙනවා, අනිකුත් සාධක මොනවද වෙන්නේ? remain unchanged. එහෙනම් මොනවද කොහොමද අපි අඳුරගන්නේ? දැන් මට කියන්න කරන විදිය කියන්න. සාධක ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. ඒ ගොඩත් එක්කම අපි සම්බන්ධය අඳුරගන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙනම් කොහොමද අපි සම්බන්ධය අඳුරගන්නේ? එක සාධකයක් ගලවලා ගන්නවා එළියට. ඒ සාධකයේ ගලවලා අරගෙන මොකද කරන්නේ? ඒ සාධකයක් එක්ක තමයි අපි වෙනස හඳුනාගන්නේ. අනිකුත් සාධක අපි වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා අපි just assume. We are going to just assume that the factors are remain unchanged except that selected one. අපි අර තෝරාගත්තු සාධකය හැර අනෙකුත් සියලුම සාධක, all the factors except that our selected one are remain unchanged. That is our basic assumption before identifying that relationship between the determinants of demands and the demands of the product. එනම තේරුණාද මම පුතාලට දැන්? එකක් ගන්නවා ගලවලා එළියට, ඒකත් එක්ක වෙනස හඳුනා ගන්න සෙසු සාධක මොනවා කියලා උපකල්පනය කරනවද? නොවෙනස්ව පවතී කියලා උපකල්පනය කරනවා. We are going to make assumption all the factors except our selected ones are remains unchanged before identifying relationship between the determinants of demands and demands of the product. Okay, can we do it as, we can do it as follows. How? The demand for a product with its own price, and the demand for a product භාණ්ඩයක් සඳහා වන ඉල්ලුම හා with its own price, එම භාණ්ඩයේම මිලත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධය හඳුනා ගන්නවා. Then the factors other than own price, the factors other than own price are remain unchanged. That assumption should come first. එහෙනම් මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ? The own price කියලා කියන එක change වෙනවා. ඒකත් එක්ක තමයි අපි සම්බන්ධය හඳුනාගන්නේ. Other determinants are remain unchanged. තේරුණාද? The condition is there. කොන්දේසියක් තියෙනවා සෙසු සාධක ස්ථාවරයි කියලා. බලමුද? Demand for a product, අන්න භාණ්ඩයක් සඳහා වන ඉල්ලුම with prices of related goods, අන්න සම්බන්ධිත භාණ්ඩත් එක්ක අපි අඳුනා ගන්නවා. Then the prices of related goods may change. The prices of related goods may change. The other all factors are remain unchanged. Consumers' income may change. The other factors other than consumer income may not change. Okay. Expected future price may change. Other than that will not change. You got the point, Puta? එහෙනම් ඔයා කියනවා නම් සලකා බලන භාණ්ඩයේ මිල හා එම භාණ්ඩයේම ඉල්ලුම අතර සම්බන්ධය අඳුර ගන්නවා නම් සෙසු සාධක ස්ථාවරව තිබියදී කියලා කියන්නට ඕන. තේරුණාද පුතාලට? ඔන්න දැන් මම තව එකක් ඉගන්නේ. මොනවද? සලකා බලන සාධකයක් හා භාණ්ඩයක ඉල්ලුම අතර සම්බන්ධය. කොහොමද ගන්නෙ? සලකා බලන සාධකයේ ගන්න එළියට ඒ අරගෙන සෙසු සාධක ස්ථාවරයි කියලා උපකල්පනය කරලා අර එළියට ගත්ත සාධකයක් එක්ක ඉල්ලුම සම්බන්ධය හඳුනා ගන්නට ඕන. හරිද? right. Identifying the relationship between demand for a product with its own price. මොකද්ද මේ කියන්නේ යන්නේ? Identifying the relationship between the demand for a product එතන ද එන්න ඕන. Identifying the relationship between the demand for a product with its own price. ඒ කියන්නේ සලකා බලන භාණ්ඩයකට ඇති ඉල්ලුමත් සලකා ඒ කියන්නේ භාණ්ඩයක මිල එම භාණ්ඩයට ඇති ඉල්ලුමත් අතර සම්බන්ධය හඳුනා ගන්නයි යන්නේ. මොකද identifying the relationship between the demand for a product භාණ්ඩයක් සඳහා වන ඉල්ලුම එම භාණ්ඩයේ මිල අතර සම්බන්ධය හඳුනා ගන්නයි අපි දැන් යන්නේ. To do this we need to assume that all the determinants of demand except the own price of the considered product is unchanged. Unchanged. Therefore, if the price of a commodity falls, the demand for such commodity rises, and if the price of commodity rises, the demand for such product will fall. What do you mean that? If a product or commodity, a price will fall. If a product, the price will fall, the demand for such product will rises. Then after that the price rises, the demand falls. That means the price and the demand has inverse relationship, negative relationship. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? සලකා බලන භාණ්ඩයේ මිල ඉහළ යනකොට එම භාණ්ඩයට තියෙන ඉල්ලුම පහළ යනවා. සලකා බලන භාණ්ඩයේ මිල පහළ යනකොට එම භාණ්ඩයට තියෙන ඉල්ලුම ඉහළ යනවා. That means the own price and its demand has inverse relationship, negative relationship. This will describe by the law of demand. මේක විස්තර කරනවා ඉල්ලුම් නීතිය විසින්. right? හරි. අපි අදට කතාව ඉවර කරමු. The next day immediately we can meet up again, right? Definitely we can cover this area next time, maybe day or day after tomorrow. I'm very sure it will happen tomorrow or day after tomorrow we can meet up and we can discuss this, the balance part of this dispute, and we can resolve some problems, and we can make some arrangement for the supply also. And I will give this I will give a word format or PDF format in advance before beginning the next lesson. Right. Okay, thank you very much. Please pass this message. If you want to learn economics with me, please study and stay with me. I am teaching you economics, nothing else. I guide you and I take you to the destination. Don't keep any doubt regarding economics. I'll teach you what economics. Don't worry about this. Is something kind of special experience to you, not only you, me also. And managerial economics is something kind of very, very, very interesting subject, not like the management and all that. This is a very special subject to you. I am trying my best to uh, explain with everything. This is the very similar, you know, that very limited resources we have, and sometimes we are very helpless, right? But don't worry. Anyhow, we will do our. Uh, we are sacrificing so many things, our time and everything. But I need a good result from you. That is the thing. Please pass this message to others, your friends, and all that. Please let them to participate with us. And if you miss some important lesson, I will arrange another extra sessions also without getting extra fees and all that. So I need to make you more familiar with this. Thank you very much. I'll meet up again soon.